Hello, people. It's Shelton. It's episode 5 of Fighters Fury. Sitting here with Brett Romneto. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Shell?
Good, good. I'm just sitting here. Hey, let's tell the world what Brett Romneto is all about.
Okay, well, yeah, my nickname is Romneto, and that's basically, for those that don't know, the Rom is the Magneto Infinite that a lot of Magneto players know how to do, or they're asking questions about how to do, as evidenced by YouTube and GameFAQs. And it was discovered, the Japanese player's name was actually Rom, who discovered it. So that's the history. And then Nito is just the second half of Magneto, who's the most godlike character in fighting game history.
In history?
You gotta say that.
Okay. Okay. In your own word, can you explain why Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the best fighting game ever created?
Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked that. I would say that it's because of the fact that, you have 56 characters, you have 3-on-3, and you have 3 assists for each character. So even if you just look at it from a numerical standpoint, you have near endless possibilities. I mean, I was just playing the game the other day, and I started doing double assist combos, which is something that nobody really does. So basically, there's something for everyone. You may not want to pick Magneto. You may want to pick, Charlie or Sansan. Like, basically, I think that there's a character type for every personality type out there. And there's so many things, you got combo videos. I think there's a lot more combo videos for Marvel than for most other games. You got your big tournaments, so, big name players. Then you got all kinds of just casual matches. Basically, Marvel is life. That's the best way I can say it. Marvel is life. The rest is details. That's what I gotta say.
That's real funny. In your own word, can you explain what the ROM Infinite is?
Okay, great question. Great question. The ROM Infinite is the infinite combo that Magneto can do, where basically the basic version is you do 2 light kicks up, super jump, light kick, and then air dash down or down forward, light kick, and you do an air dash by pressing both punches at the same time. Now there are variations, meaning different ways that you can do it. I like to do super jump, light punch up, and then light kick, light punch down. But there's got to be like 40 or maybe more different variations. And like basically the point of the ROM, the way I see it, is you're controlling the match. I mean, you can hit a character like Sentinel, which is my favorite character to do the ROM on because I hate that robot. Sentinel, you could get him to the corner, you could do the Hypergraph Tempest, and like I said, it's basically a way of controlling the match. You can't really kill a character off of the ROM Infinite alone, but it leads to other things, and it allows you to put your opponent in a position where they have to guess. They have to guess, oh, which way do I block if he goes for a reset? Is he going to go for a throw? What's he going to do? So, whereas with other combos, they're very short and they have a very definitive end point, the ROM Infinite, to me, represents endless possibilities. The fact that you can do it for 40 hits and then do a reset, and then, snap out the character, guard break the next character. It's Magneto's most useful tool. That's what I will say.
Okay. It seemed like you very formative of the game. Do you do any blogs or anything like that?
Actually, I do. It is the link. I think Shell could probably put it in the sidebar, but it's the Long Island Marvel vs. Capcom 2 blog, and basically, I run that with Epionics, who's a good friend of mine. And basically, what we do is we put up all kinds of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 content. We put up tournament results, both national and local. We put up strategies. Epionics recently made a strategy called Strategy Video and write-up about counter tri-jumps, which is a very effective, advanced, strategy. All kinds of things. I'll put up videos that I make. I'll put up matches against people I play online. It's one of the more professional blogs for Marvel. There are a lot of blogs out there that talk about Marvel, but there's not really too many blogs that break down the game kind of on a deeper level. And we like to think that we do that at the Long Island Marvel vs. Capcom 2 blog. So if you search for LIMVC2 blog, or if Shell puts it in the sidebar, you guys will see it. I think you guys will like it. It's a pretty cool site, and we put some time into it, and it's fun.
Okay, go check the site out, people. So let's talk about teams. What's your favorite team and why?
Okay. Well, that's easy for me. As anybody who knows me, that would be MSP. You know that, Shell. I know you do.
MSP.
That would be MSP, which is Magneto, Storm, Psylocke, a.k.a. Team Rushdown. Now, the thing is, the team is very fun to play, but it's also very fragile, and that's kind of why I like it. Let me first explain why it's fragile. It's fragile because all the characters on the team have less than average defense. That means they take more than 100% damage for each hit. Like Cable takes standard hits, standard damage. But with MSP, it's like if you get hit, you could get killed relatively easily. Or if you call Psylocke too much, you could get killed by Sentinel, whatever. But if you play patient and you play smart, then you could wipe out a whole team. So it's kind of like an all or nothing, go for broke type team. And that's really why I like it. I like doing the ROM. I like doing Unmatchable Tempest. To me, it's just all about, taking advantage of that opportunity. So, and that's something I try to do in life, is take advantage of opportunity. So I try to look at Marvel like I look at life, so that's it.
Okay. All right. Next question is low tier, mid tier, high tier teams. Which do you prefer?
Well, I'm going to be real with you, Shal. I got to go with the high tier. I do mainly pick teams that have Magneto and Storm. Not going to front. I go with the MSP. I go with the MS Tron. You know about the MS Tyrannosaurus Rex? That team does not mess around. Then I also like other top tier teams. Like I like to play MSS, even though I hate Sentinel. I'll tell you right now, the only reason why I even use that team is because that Rocket Punch assist hurts. And the DHC is pretty good. But with that said, I do like some mid-tier teams. I like to play like Charlie, Psylocke, Spider-Man, which is Team Old School Brett, and it is that's the first team I ever played. But so that team is very fun. I just one thing that just bothers me, and I know you didn't ask this, but I gotta say it. You don't do this, but a lot of people tend to say, "Oh, low tier, low tier, low tier." And they say low tier is anything that's not the top 4 characters, but I'm glad you asked the question the way you did, because it shows me that you're not one of those people. To me, there is a very big mid-tier, and then there's a very small low tier and a very small top tier. Most of the characters in the game fit in that middle area. And I think a lot of times people just try to say, oh, if you're not Magneto, Storm, Sentinel, Cable, you must be low tier. And people just don't know what they're talking about. But that's a whole nother thing altogether.